Hey guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to talk about the difference between male and female communication. Is there really a difference? Or is it just society that has made us think in certain ways and all that? There's, I think, truth in the fact that people of one gender or the other think differently. And there's also non-truth. For me, I think a lot of it is really given to us by society, if that makes sense. Because, how can I say? We are given an identity from a child to teenager to adult. So, when you're a child, parents already kind of put boys in blue clothes and girls in pink dresses, and also they will, for example, keep male hair shorter, or have a tendency to keep it shorter, and then they will also keep female hair longer, and they will teach different things to different people, if that makes sense. So if you're male, they will teach you more sporty things and video games and all that stuff and mechanical stuff, so that you have to build with your hands, just Legos and stuff like that. Whereas if you're a girl, they will give you more dolls. They will teach you more about cooking, taking care. You'll be more peaceful. One thing that I do think that testosterone gives more to males is they make them more angry, and they make them more physical stuff, such as looking at little army men, shows, and action films, and like all that stuff. And I think the estrogen kind of keeps women a little bit more peaceful in their own way. It doesn't mean they can't get mad and stuff like that, but at the same time, it does make people think a little bit different, because we are in our biology set in certain ways, and I think maybe that's where the thinking difference really occurs, and not really on the gender, but on how much on how the chemicals within our body works. Because if you've noticed, again, if a woman does more sport, they'll create more testosterone, and if a male does less sport, they'll create less. And also in biology, some people are just more than the other, you know? So it's really, how can I say, that's where the difference comes. So that's where you will mostly have a rationale, a thinking that is different, and it doesn't really have to do exactly with just the gender, but there's society telling you how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to be, and then there's also obviously the biological fact inside our body, and they always blame a lot of times when a woman is a bit irrational and stuff, they say the hormones, or they're having their period. Well, scientifically they've kind of proven that males have their own period too. They might not have the bleeding, so it's harder to assess when they're having it. But again, when we're in the womb and stuff, if we have more of one or more of the other, it'll make us either male or female, and that's where a lot of it happens. So in the end, we are pretty similar beings, being it male or female. And trust me, if we were in a society where, for example, men didn't have receding hairlines, I think that we would also have long hair. And that also comes from the fact of wigs and all that stuff was really because we live in a patriarchal society where the males make a lot of the decisions, and we've made a lot of silly ones through time, and a lot of things have been dictated to us by society. How can people be enamored with calves and stuff like that for centuries, and now all of a sudden the focus has gone to the abs of the body. So how can generations and generations prefer women that are not super duper skinny, not morbidly obese of course, but in between, because it showed that the person could actually bear children, and now, because of what we see on TV and fashion and all that stuff, we are kind of brainwashed into thinking that the skinnier the better, even if it's something that's basically at the brink of being completely unhealthy and you could die out of it. So what is the standard? What is what we really think? Is it all dictated to us because of how we are raised and how we are told to think? Or if the roles were reversed, would the males be the less aggressive ones and the better people at household chores, or would it be reversed, So that's why I think we are not that much different. I think male and female have a different sex organ, of course. But again, inside, we're pretty darn similar. And we're just human. And again, the thing is, it's already hard to understand one human's thinking as when you communicate with some other person. You're talking to them or you're expressing stuff, but are they exactly feeling what you're telling them or what you're feeling inside? We're just imagining, and we're kind of trying to translate it within our vocabulary of emotions and feelings that we have as human beings that feel. So that's why it's kind of interesting, because we always just say it's just that the two sexes think differently, but I don't really think so. It's just that each and every individual human being thinks different, and the reason that we have more quarrels between male and females is that there are a lot of heterosexual people, and it's not the standard, but we'll say 65-70% of people or more are heterosexual. So if they are in a couple situation, they're just going to be male-female, and they're just going to have miscommunications and quarrel, and then they're going to say, oh, well, we don't understand each other. But the fact is I can see homosexual relationships too, and see how many times they have communicated to between male and male, or female and female, or transgender and female, or whatever, I'm sure that the level of miscommunication is just as high, and the quarrels are just as high in numbers. It's just that because most people are heterosexual, we have a bigger data pool to take from people who are male and female who have quarrels because they don't agree on something while living together. So is that the fact that males and females miscommunicate to each other, or is it literally the fact that every human being is different, thinks different, feels differently, and we just have miscommunication? Does that make sense? At least it makes sense to me. But yeah, that's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.